there's a movie starring a sapphic couple and the movie's plot has nothing to do with the fact that it's a sapphic couple, has, in true Alanis Morissette fashion, caused it to become quite popular in the sapphic community. Let's review it and decide if it's any good or not. I'm Amanda, and this is my Really Gay YouTube channel. Yay! I'm going to start with everything this movie gets right, then tell you everything the movie gets wrong, and weigh the two lists together to conclude on whether it's a good movie or not.
My name is Marla Grayson. I'm just someone who cares.
Marla Grayson, you've had amazing success. What's your secret?
There is no secret, Peter.
She forces them into the home, auctions off their house.
The opening of this movie is like a master's class in how to draw in viewers.
Because there's two types of people in this world. The people who take, and those getting took.
There's two types of people in this world. Those who take, and those who get taken. Oh, what a brilliant way to start off this movie. Like, what an amazing quote to have an audio narration that is bringing the viewer in. Start any television show, movie, story, whatever, I don't care, book, with some sort of line along the lines of, there's two types of people in this world. And I'm done! You got me! I don't know why, but that phrase just totally like commands attention. It's like somebody says there's two kinds of people, and you immediately like want to know which kind am I? Which kind? Am I the first kind you're gonna say, or am I the second kind? Which kind is hotter? Am I in the hot group? Please say I'm in the hot group. The first 20 minutes of this film feel like 5 minutes because you're so busy getting drawn into the world of people taking advantage of the elderly that the clock kind of just stops and everything goes by seamlessly.
Playing fair is a joke invented by rich people to keep the rest of us poor.
Any movie that begins by telling you it's about to reveal a secret of how rich people get rich and why you, poor person, continue to be poor is definitely an attention grabber. If you're a poor person, it's like, ooh, I'm about to be rich. Ooh, they're about to tell me the secret. And then I'm gonna put in work, I'm gonna take their advice, and then I'm gonna be rich. I wanna be rich. I'm not gonna have to deliver for Uber Eats anymore. Like, what? My life is gonna be so different after this movie. And if you're a rich person watching this, then you're kind of like, ooh, they're about to tell poor people how we got rich. We can't let this happen. We must stop this. I must make sure this isn't the actual real secret. But to have rich people, you gotta have poor people, am I right? To do your work for you so you get nice and rich. I'm sorry, I don't make the rules. I just prosper in them. Hashtag I'm rich. Rosamund Pike and Eiza Gonzalez do such a good job in drawing the viewer in, and an even better job at making the plot seem believable. It is not easy for two characters that we learn virtually nothing about to keep our interest over 118 minutes and change. Like, that is not an easy thing to do as an actor. All the script really tells us about these two women is that they love money and they want more of it, which is the equivalent of somebody describing their dog as he likes to sniff butts. Like, okay, yeah, it's a dog. Like, half of its life is sniffing butts. That doesn't really tell me what I need to know. Look, everyone wants to make money. Even the people who already have money want to make more money. Even the people who have so much money they don't know what to do with it are like terrified that they're gonna lose all this money that they don't know what to do with, and like just like, I can't be taxed. I can't be taxed.
If I'm taxing, I need to own 4 mansions.
I need 5 now.
You can't take more money.
Money is life. So, like I said, we essentially know nothing about these two. With less capable actors, I probably would have been snoozing about 20 minutes into this thing. But Rosamund and Isa are really compelling as their characters, so you want to keep watching. The hookup scene is hot. It only lasts like 5 seconds, but it is hot. The other thing I liked about this movie, it is very woman-focused, and even in 2021, it is still refreshing to see a film with all female leads. But that kind of brings me immediately to the bad. Because this movie is not a movie with all female leads. Despite the fact that a lot of the previews made it seem like it was about a young working woman versus an older woman that she thought was vulnerable, but ooh, she's in trouble. Like, I came into this thinking it was gonna be woman versus woman, when in actuality, this movie is woman versus man. The person that Marla is battling the whole time is not this elderly woman that she tried to victimize. It is the elderly woman's son that she spends the movie battling. I don't know if it's because it's like Women's Month or because women are just suckers for this empowered females type stuff, but I really felt like they tried to market this movie a certain way. I went into this movie expecting one thing, and the elderly woman in this movie, not only is she not one of the leads, she actually has very little to do with the thrilling parts of the movie. She is essentially a bystander that has no say or action whatsoever. I may be the only one who interpreted the previews and the trailers and the things I read online this way. Like, let me know in the comments if you think I'm crazy. But because I had interpreted this way, I ended up feeling kind of let down. The plot of this movie has some believability issues. This is one of those movies where the whole time you're watching it, you're going, is this real? Could this really happen? I'm gonna Google this. To be fair, abuse of the elderly does happen routinely, like disgustingly routinely. They are taken advantage of, and people like Marla do exist. There is a real-life case similar to this movie where a woman named April Parks was actually convicted and sentenced to 16 to 40 years in prison for defrauding all of her clients that she had. But that wasn't the part of the movie I had a hard time believing. The part of the movie I struggled with was the part where I'm supposed to believe that this bad guy, this Russian mafia man, is so scary that his employees are literally shaking in any scene that they have to be in the same room as him because they're afraid of him, but yet is incapable of outwitting a nursing home facility. While we're at it, let's go ahead and talk about the Russian mob boss lackey, Alexei, who I don't know if this is overacting or if the director was like, I want you, every time you are in a scene with Peter Dinklage, to make it seem like you are shitting yourself. I'm not saying that I wouldn't be shaking a little if I worked for a Russian mob boss, but when you're scared, you don't act like this. This is how crackheads act. The idea that even the most advanced, expensive home care facility would have just dozens of armed security guards ready to shoot back the Russian mafia is laughable. I have been in and out of these types of facilities. They are overwhelmingly understaffed. And yes, there are locked doors here and there are security protocols, but I just do not find it believable. My last point in the not good column is there is no one to root for in this movie, not even the hot queer lady couple. This is one of those spy thriller type movies where the bad guys are criminals, but because they showed you Matt Damon eating a hot dog with George Clooney or something, when they go to steal from the casino, you don't care that they steal from the casino. You're still rooting for them because casinos, right? But even attractive queer ladies could not make me forget that the rootable criminals over a bunch of old people, helpless old people. There were very few fun humanizing moments, like not once did Marla or Fran eat a hot dog. It was so hard to root for these criminals because they weren't committing victimless crimes, and not only were their victims for the crimes they were committing, their victims were like adorable, sweet old ladies. The reason so many thrillers with criminals get us to root for the criminals is because the victims of their crime is nobody or rich people. And like, let's face it, we all enjoy watching rich people getting f***ed over. It is literally the oldest tale in the book. We learn from a young age the story of Robin Hood robbing from the rich to give to the poor. Now, if Robin Hood, instead of robbing rich people, was stealing from old vulnerable ladies and giving that money to poor, like, we probably wouldn't be as into that story. The second half of this movie was like watching a sports game in which both teams you could give a shit about. It's the reason your 5-year-old niece's soccer games don't have packed bleachers inside of stadiums with $17 nachos and $14 beers, because, like, the only people that goes to those games are the people who are related to the little kids. But if you want to watch the Cowboys play the Giants, it's going to cost 4 months' rent, and you're going to be packed in like a bunch of sardines with thousands of other people. Because lots of people care about the two teams. With this movie, the audience gets to feel the exact opposite of the title. Not only do I not care a lot, I care very little. I don't care if Marla and her partner win. I don't care if Russian mafia dude wins. I don't even care about finishing the movie, to be honest. I only finished it so I could do this review. So is this movie good? No. This movie isn't bad. I laid out plenty of reasons at the top of this video why. The bottom line is that at the end of my 118 minutes of watching it, I was left feeling dissatisfied. It was like going to a bar and ordering a drink and watching the bartender put exactly half a squirt of alcohol into your cocktail. And you're like, wow. Could have just ordered a lemonade. With all the different choices we have between all of our various streaming devices and YouTube and TikTok and everything out there, honestly, I would not recommend wasting 2 hours on this movie to my friend. Even with the 10 seconds of hot les-tastic hookup action, it's still not worth a watch for me. Interesting enough, I asked my Instagram audience of the people who have seen it who liked the movie, and 67% of people said they did like it. They thought it was a good movie. Only 33% didn't like it. So my own followers disagree with me. Thank you for watching my review. Subscribe if you want me to keep making this content.